I'm going to temporarily jump ahead because the impact of plagues on politics is fascinating to me because I think, and I don't think we've really kind of integrated this yet into our understanding of the last 5 years. I wonder if the only thing that prevented Trump from being reelected was COVID, that the economy was booming because he had put a rocket under it with massive borrowing and tax cuts. The slight restrictions on immigration have led to higher wages for minorities and for the poor. You could see I was terrified that he would win re-election. I assumed he would. I remember saying to a friend of mine, well, the only thing that can save us now is some random event that we can't foresee that might change the dynamic of everything. I would also say the following about like Boris also. You know, he comes in, he has that brilliant election where he wins an 80-seat majority. He's doing Brexit, and then suddenly, boom, this happens. And it's the one thing that Boris is really not equipped to handle. He's a free kind of guy. He doesn't like controlling. And of course, he can't even stop himself from spreading it around. And it kind of completely throws him off his game, along with other things. Anyway, do we ever talk about the end of Trump solely in terms of COVID? Yeah, we're obsessed now with his policies on it or whatever, and whether he wanted us to inject bleach or whatever. In the grand scheme of things, this thing might have saved us from a Trump second term in some case. It's certainly more competent than the Democrats. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally, I agree with you. I mean, if you go back and watch the January 2020 State of the Union address, Trump sounds like a relatively normal human being in that address for the most part. It's probably his most normal mainstream speech he gave. His approval ratings were high. This is the one where Nancy Pelosi's sitting awkwardly and people in the House are refusing to clap. If you look at that in January 2020, you think he's going to get reelected. And this wild card is dealt that changes everything. And it's particularly his handling of it. I mean, even if he had just sort of handled it like a normal mainstream leader and admitted that this was a serious challenge, that there were going to be trade-offs and hard decisions, and had mourned people who died. So it scrambled everything. And I think it's so easy.
It also made the career of one Ron DeSantis, who may well be our next president.